things look different, don't it?
Yo.
Yeah.
Finally got the bright lights back on us.
Man.
Got the production going.
I'm ready for my close up.
Got 2 hours of mic check. All good. All good.
Both my niggas was working.
Facts.
We trying to
These are
figure it
facts.
They would get some straight.
No, it wouldn't be right if that didn't
On some
happen.
man shit, I'm appreciative.
Facts, 100%.
Yeah.
That y'all are smart enough to
Teamwork make the dream work.
figure out these situations. Bars.
Welcome to the No Buffer Podcast.
We here
man.
in the studio.
We are back, bitches.
I know. It feels
like home.
It feels good to see y'all all healthy.
For sure.
Right, for real, like, you know.
Still slightly
Y'all
congested, however,
trying to
great.
call that old quarantine shit, man. Y'all better come in for the real thing with me. Y'all try to hit me with the pound. Cleanliness is next. Next to godliness.
Facts.
You know what
My
I'm
mask
saying?
is still closed now. Hold on. Let me, for the people that just want to figure out, we still socially responsible. I got
about 2-3 of them in the car.
Yeah, me too.
sure.
I got like 5.
I don't be
We
wearing
got-
them bitches, but
Nah,
they in the.
No, I mean, can
I
I
got a custom made one, and I got 2 of the joints.
can I point out something though?
But
There's no need to wear them in the car.
Facts.
no, I don't wear them. Period.
Well, I-
My man, so let's clear this shit up right
Listen,
now.
I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell you what I do wear 'em. Just like I seen Black at Cumberland. I don't mean to throw you out there, Black, but I seen.
Oh, Black was at Cumberland.
I
You
seen him at the
shopping?
mall.
You shopping during quarantine?
I was shipping.
Oh,
Yeah, he was
okay. You was
at
at
the
the post
business.
office.
I
You
was
at the
shopping.
Oh, you was shopping.
He's a
He was at the post
businessman.
office. I feel respect.
My niggas, what they say, oh baby boy. I'm the spender. He the.
Boy,
You
I ain't
don't remember
seen,
Baby
I ain't
Boy?
seen Baby Boy in about
I'm
a
about to
bit.
say it on y'all podcast, but it's all good, man. Anywho, but I was like, they letting niggas in the store without a mask. That's why I got it for. Like when folks say you can't enter the store without a mask, like I have it in my pocket. Like,
Yeah.
I caught and loaded. You know what
I
I'm
feel
saying?
you. I feel you, man. I mean, just be safe, man. Make sure y'all washing y'all hands and I put it like this.
Doing that anyway.
I know that, but
Facts.
we have to say something.
Okay. Yeah, we responsible. I feel
Yeah,
you.
we have
Yeah,
a platform.
very
Gotta use it well.
It's the voice of the Atlanta streets.
You better talk to him. Voice of the Atlanta Streets is back, man. Welcome to the No Buffer Podcast. We can finally do this the correct way. I am your host, last name good, and to my right, I got the lovely.
Cheyenne XO.
You better come with it. You better come with it.
That's so much pressure.
You better come with it.
I literally just got hot.
You
So scared.
better come with it.
Oh no, he was a little aggressive earlier. I was like, oh shit.
Oh, my bad.
Oh no, there was no need to apologize.
Okay.
All right.
Well, shit, we can go off that. I'm gonna go sleep on it.
Yeah, I was like, hey,
Stupid.
that was good enough right now.
That was solid. Good.
Yeah, that was.
And to my right,
Off camera.
Oh yeah, you better be off camera.
yeah,
with it.
he finna escape. He part of it
We
now.
got producer Black.
There
in
we
the
go.
building.
I got an observation though.
Okay.
I see, this the first show back and shit. Mm-hmm. Good, got some new accessories with him.
What?
He got a watch on him.
Nah, I'm talking about that bag.
That's your bag?
Oh no, that's my bad.
Nah, I know.
Oh.
But I'm just,
Hey, look. Hey,
he
I look-
tried to drop a little subtle hint. He came out of quarantine and,
Hey, I look.
and
I
found
look-
himself.
Hilarious. Oh, you try to take it there? Okay, I see what you're saying. You try to put the
What they
pressure.
call it? Say this not a person's a satchel.
So now
It's a satchel.
keep my extra mic in there.
Yeah, there you go. It's a studio equipment.
The portable
What you
kind.
were talking about? I was like, you go to trying to do a self check. I was like, no, bro, I think
I got everything.
this.
I thought he was talking about you got a new watch or something. I ain't know what
I've
he said.
had this one. You've seen this watch before.
I mean, I was just trying to figure out where we were going with it.
Facts.
In there, so
Okay.
And the bag is, it is pretty fly though, Cheyenne.
Appreciate it.
I see it's like, it's a, I don't know what color it is,
It's a
but
mauve.
it matches what you have going
I
on.
You
appreciate
got
it.
that smoke wagon in there?
Probably at the bottom, little 2.5, deuce, something that hold 5.
Yeah.
Nowadays, I don't know it. That's. I was talking to a dude, but he was just being funny. He was like, "Nah, bro, I can put 12 in my 2.5." I'm like,
What?
bro, go ahead and get you a 9 or a 380 or something. You up there talking about you putting 12 in the 2.5? You ain't gonna do that, but get somebody a headache.
Put that your shit up.
Pew, pew.
He just trying to get a nigga up off of. That's
Right.
all.
Hey,
That's all you doing.
Just
he
enough to
just
scare
trying to get nigga up off.
that's
Enough to
enough.
scare
That's
him.
enough. Like, oh, okay,
You
you
might well get a
oh.
gun with the rubber bullets.
Yeah,
Like the cop.
Shit, them rubber bullets don't play.
I don't
boy.
say I heard them shits hurt.
Yeah, they say they hurt.
Them bitches hurt.
Yeah, they say they hurt.
I ain't fucking with that.
I ain't trying to get shot by nothing.
Facts.
I feel it. So how y'all feeling amongst all this turmoil, frustration, travesty, chaos, all the above, man?
It's
How
a
y'all
beautiful.
feeling?
It's a beautiful chaos. I can say that. Like it's really fucking magnificent seeing so many people like together in like one space. Even if everybody's intentions ain't all the way there, it looked good.
I mean, I seen
For
this
that
script
part.
before you been to a Jay-Z concert.
Yeah, stupid.
Hey, speaking of concert, I would just like, and I don't want to be dismissive of the question you asked, but that just made me think about it. I was
I mean, that wasn't a real question. It was just
no, but I was going through my phone, looking at my calendar. I was trying to find something in my calendar to figure out a date when I did something, and I saw Earth Gang, and I was like, "Dang, this is probably like the last time I was like outside."
And we had a great time.
That was a good night. That was a good night at the concert, and I was like, "Dang, I don't know when the next concert gonna be, for real, for real."
Shit, next concert, next ball game,
Nigga, next
trip to
event.
Six Flags.
Right.
I think after in 2 weeks is gonna tell us when all this shit gonna start back.
Why you say that?
It could. We just seen the whole world protesting. If this corona shit don't spike, we know something.
Yeah.
I feel that.
I feel like they gonna either way they gonna
Niggas-
say it's good.
And niggas is really on some fucking shit there.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's a good point. It's definitely a good point. I mean, I've been in some circles that said like ain't nothing popping up back since. I mean, for the rest of the year, like on the
It's really spiking.
no, like on some return to
Normal.
normal. Don't expect to return to normal until the end, because you still have to deal with like it ain't got cold. Like we basically all this stuff kind of hit while we was coming out of the winter.
Right.
And so now you have to deal with when it gets cold. You dealing with people that's already regularly, just sick, normal sick.
Mm-hmm.
They still spreading. So it was like you'll get another spike toward the end of the summer, going into the fall, is when what it's looking like. But
But the difference though is by that time they gonna have a vaccine.
I don't know, bro.
They say it take 6 to 12 months to make a vaccine.
I ain't taking that shit no way.
But I'm saying if you get sick, you feel me? At least they got something for you,
yeah.
just like you take cough medicine when you, or I don't know if you do, but people take cough medicine or for their sore throats and all that shit.
I put it like this:
Tylenol for a headache.
if it came down to it, when I was in the hospital, you give me what's gonna get me up out the hospital. At that point, I ain't trying to get to that
I
point.
feel that. I ain't going out quietly.
Yeah, like ain't no.
I got a mama that loves me. I ain't going out quietly.
Yeah, like go ahead. Okay, you say you got a vaccine. Like, all right, cool. If I'm like that on the ventilator and all that, yeah, that talk is a little bit different at that point.
Yeah.
But to your original question, I'm sorry, my brother.
I told you that question didn't matter. It's all good.
It's all good, man. We went out of format. We were supposed to be trying to format,
Go for it.
but now I feel like I'm disrespecting you by
You're
not asking.
not.
No. We just, I think you asked how everybody was
Yeah,
doing.
I was just.
Oh, we were still intro?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We just rambling, bro.
Yeah.
Like,
Cool, man. It's been,
as a man, I got you.
no, not even as a man, just
Oh.
being able to see you is different. You
I
feel what I'm
it,
saying?
bro. I
Like,
feel it, bro.
and another thing, now that we back in the studio, bro, I just want to go on record and say, like, recording over the internet is trash.
Bruh, super.
I just want to put that out there.
So
like,
trash.
I'm thankful that we were able to still pod doing what's going on, but like, bro, that junk is trash, bro.
And let me reiterate, man. It's good to see y'all, man. Get y'all energy in.
Facts.
Yeah, definitely. Cultural Ratchet questions. Chiane, did you figure out one yet? It's cool. So me and
God
Lingo,
bless.
we gonna go. Mine is like okay. His is better, so I go with mine first. If we supposed to be socially distancing, how can strippers give lap dances?
Damn.
You ain't really supposed to touch them no way, so
In Atlanta?
Oh yeah, we in Atlanta.
That changes everything.
Niggas will swipe they dollar bill down the crack in Atlanta,
Facts.
boy.
Bro, I watched Tilt Drill video, bro. I was like, man, this was so disrespectful.
I done seen niggas play with it before in the lap dance.
That's wild.
Depending on where you at.
It'll happen.
Oh yeah,
No, I just said depending on where you at. Like, you probably can't get that off at Magic.
and the rapport. Mm-hmm. You get what I'm saying?
And when you say rapport, he means how much you got with you. That's all he means when you say rapport. How much you got with you. You got 50.
You coming there with a 50K, bro. You can play what you want to play with.
Play the fiddle.
What?
Play the fiddle.
Violin,
Yeah.
Get your little bass going. Do whatever the fuck you want.
Yeah.
That's real though.
Yeah.
And I got to shout out my homeboy because he actually asked that question. I was like, I'm gonna use
So,
that.
I don't know. You know, I maybe I'll go to the strip club this weekend or something.
Figure it
Where
out.
you going to the Flame? That's your.
I mean, you know, yeah.
I ain't been to the Flame in a minute though.
Yeah, I ain't been.
Thursday or Saturday, I'm gonna see what poppin'.
But Flame, I feel like Flame is like low key enough to where you can kind of have a good time and not like be on the scene. But then
Yeah.
you can still go in there and have like a very minimum budget and still be okay. Like you ain't got to go in there.
Balling.
Yeah, you ain't
Ballin',
got to go in
ballin'.
there like.
You gotta come in there decent, but you ain't gotta go in there.
I mean, but
ballin',
what's
ballin'.
decent? Because I ain't been in a while. Tell me what's decent, Steve. Oh, you don't got quiet?
Couple hundred.
Couple hundred? Like you got about 2 or 3, you can have a good night.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Can you come in there with a 50?
Oh, it depends on if you going in with your dolo or you going in there with a group. Cause if you going in a group,
Oh, you can get that 50 off.
But listen, you gotta finesse the 50 though.
Oh, bro, hold on. You don't know who you talking to.
No, I know. I mean, I'm sure, but
He's saying this for the people.
I went in the strip club with a dub. Boy, I had a great
oh
time.
yeah, but I'm
He's
saying
saying this
like,
for
but
the
you went
people.
with a group.
Oh, yeah, well, you got to know how to do
Yeah,
it.
yeah,
so
that's
yeah.
the group. But I'm saying you can finesse the 50 by yourself.
Okay, talk. I want to hear this. Go
For the
ahead.
people.
Now this is just you gotta first off.
Cause it's coming from a loner perspective.
Right.
I know my
Yeah,
nigga.
yeah. So, cause I learned my lesson going in the strip club and just getting abused. So you know,
That's an understatement.
you know what
I
I'm gonna
feel it.
do. You gotta go for the food. You go in there, you order your food. While you waiting, it's a good 20, 30 while you waiting for your food.
Mm-hmm.
That 50 gonna make you look like the man. By the time the 50 gone, your food ready. And you going with the food.
I definitely go for the lunchtime
Yeah,
specials.
the daytime joint, you get in
Go
free.
and
So you
get
probably
me a
just
little-
spent this cool 65, 70.
Go and give me a little salmon with the yellow rice.
A little broccoli. Hell
You
yeah.
know what?
That shit be busting too.
It just depends on how long you want to be in there. If you trying to just make it be in there kicking it, 50 on,
Especially the daytime, get you a little drinky drink during the day, get that off.
yeah, you
Wait
chilling.
for your food, go
You know,
home.
that's a whole nother atmosphere. Like people
During
do
the
that on
day?
a regular.
Yeah, like they in there chilling,
People
like-
really go on their lunch break to the strip
Yeah.
club. You know what I'm saying?
They know your name.
And them girls
feel
in
me?
there, they
They know
happy
what
to
the
take
fuck-
whatever because they know anything
kinda
they
dry.
Yeah, anything they
Yeah.
with whatever. Like you
Bro, I
feel
used to
me?
work with my cousin. We used to go down there every other day, bro. Like to a strip club. And I done been into some hole in the walls and the good ones. Like we in there though.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Get whatever you want for $25.
Just made me realize, like, whoever was, I hope no one older was affected at, what's my joint? It's my strip club, Claremont Lounge, because, they're a little older. I hope they took
Hey,
care of
that's
themselves.
real though. Like I didn't think about it until you just said that.
Yeah, I hope they took care of themselves.
I went in there one time. It wasn't a good experience.
I think we talked. About
We
it.
did because I didn't know what I was getting into.
Yeah.
They caught you off guard. Somebody, you went in there with somebody.
Yeah, they were like, it was really one of my dogs. He was dating this girl, and she was a little on the white side anyway, like in terms of her personality.
Oh, okay. I was like, how's she on the white side?
Yeah, I was
her,
wondering
her,
how.
her personality
She's
and, like,
bubbly.
and what she's into. You see what I'm
Okay,
saying? Yeah, we should hit it, and you know what I mean. All right, we can go. Man, that shit was not what I was expecting, bro. I'm talking about good saggy titties with the stretch marks. And, white people don't really age gracefully like that, bro. You know what I'm saying? Just being on some real shit.
Nah,
Like,
that's just honest, bro.
Yeah,
That's
they
all
really
I gave
don't.
was like,
Yeah.
Facts.
yeah, age well.
yeah, that black don't crack is a real statement. You
Y'all
feel
don't
me?
understand. We all over 40 in here.
Facts.
Whoa. What you mean facts?
Hey, I look good.
You not over 40.
I'm being funny.
But I feel like you gonna age gracefully though. You gonna be 60, nigga, be trying to knock you off. If you
This
ain't
is true.
married,
This is true.
you gonna be married.
Nah.
At 60? That's different now.
Oh
You got
yeah.
them coming at you at 60?
Yeah, that shit been seasoned.
Yeah, that's past
Yeah.
season. That's that right there.
That's like a good
marinated.
cast iron pan.
that's
That's marinated and cooked.
No, you said it right there. That's cast iron skillet right there.
Oh, yeah, hell yeah.
That thing gonna be in and out the oven a couple times. I got re-seasoned.
You find out it's 60.
I'll be around.
But yeah. So I'm talking about like I don't been in the hole in the walls there, but that Claremont Lounge, that I don't know, it was just different. Like
Yeah.
niggas just not trying to see old pussy like that when I'm young. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. All right. It was my culturally ratchet question.
Go ahead. We back now.
No, I felt that from your heart. Like,
That was- that
yeah,
was-
like.
You gotta get it off your chest.
Yeah, but like nah.
Don't
like,
take me
I
there.
thought shit was wrinkly and shit, bro. I was talking about had the meaty lips too,
Oh,
like
that's gross.
yeah, like you gotta-
Had the Arby's?
huh?
Had the Arby's?
That's what I'm telling you, like you know what I'm saying with the hair. That's what I'm
they
saying.
wild.
Yeah, bro, it was different, bro. It was different, bro.
Yeah.
It was different.
And you went
Blonde shit too, the blonde hair to it.
Bro, it was different, bro.
Oh, that's
You
even
went-
I'm talking about with them old jailhouse tattoos and everything.
it fading.
It done faded and expanded.
This shit ain't a butterfly no more. Shit like a bird.
You see what I'm saying? Like, yeah, like, shot had a little butterfly. Now looking like a stork. Shit crazy.
Bitch got an eagle on her back.
Got an
Y'all stupid.
eagle looking like a pterodactyl around this motherfucker. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, the lost his feathers and everything. but
Hey,
it's all
speaking
good.
of terrible tattoos, y'all know somebody with a tramp stamp?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's what that was the.
No, I mean like
wave.
as of recent, not like
Oh,
back in the day. I mean like as of recent.
If you getting a tramp stamp in 2020, something wrong with you.
I mean, I ain't, you
But
know,
maybe you young though.
I don't, you know, I don't mind it.
No, I just remember. I remember like that it was
Nigga took you a while.
from like 02. No, from like 04 to like 2010. I felt like tramp stamps was like
Like,
in like I'm
That
talking
was the,
about.
but you got to think
first
that was the tattoo wave though.
Yeah, it was definitely.
Remember,
because
because that was the tatted up Fabo now,
Yeah.
Wiz Khalifa. That was that whole little wave.
Like, I
Like,
see you, bro. Cincinnati, that we were doing. Okay.
I was like, and then you think about it now. It's just, I mean, when you think about it, it's called a tramp stamp.
But what's really wrong with it, bro? I like seeing it on the little canvas.
I don't think it's, I mean, I don't feel like you should get your name as a tramp stamp, but I think that's
And
just.
see, that was popular.
We
too.
back,
Yeah.
bro. We back.
That was popular, like Erica.
Black, we back.
Erica with crowns and wings,
Right.
And all that.
Yeah,
like,
yeah, I don't mind seeing it on the little canvas. You know what I'm saying? Like, I
Little
don't mind. I don't mind.
right in the.
you like graffiti on your table?
Huh?
You like graffiti on your table?
I can go that way.
This nigga is wild.
Yeah, right where your thumbs.
I've been to a couple dive bars in my life.
Dive bars.
It has good wings. Yeah, I don't mind. Especially she got like a little scripture or something right there. You know. What I'm saying?
Okay, you went too far. You went too
Oh,
far.
now you potting.
You went too far.
She got like a little love letter right there. A letter to self.
Hey, it's buying you time, huh?
Yeah, you know what I'm
you
saying?
reading it, so
Like,
you
yeah, get my mind off things.
I don't know, bro. I read that scripture, bro. I'm like,
Get my mind off things.
Make you refocus.
So I can control myself. You know what I'm saying? Like,
When you gotta regroup, just
Yeah, I
the
don't
tattoo
mind
right
that,
here,
no, you know
right
what
here,
I'm
here.
Read it
yeah,
again.
let me just
Nah,
stay right here.
right
Stay
here.
right here.
Right here.
You gotta talk to her.
You pace yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hold on. What that
Every
verse
5
said again?
strokes,
Yeah.
you gotta get through a sentence.
You gotta know it's a
Let's
marathon.
go.
Shout out to Nip. You gotta know it's a marathon. It's a marathon.
Yeah,
bro.
America,
You gotta-
like,
yeah.
hold on. Let me read
Yeah.
that sentence again.
Dog, that's
Hold on.
nuts.
Y'all
Yeah.
stupid.
Nah, shit. I don't see no wrong with it, bro. You know what I'm saying? We back. Let me get my
What's your
Culture Ratchet question?
bro?
There you go. There you go. Thank you both of y'all. Why do people yell on the road in their cars like the other person can hear them?
I think you just gotta release it, like,
You got to get it out you.
cause you'll fuck around and just wreck your car into them, like. So let me just release this anger.
You that person?
Nah, but I do be getting frustrated.
You that person?
I mean, I've done it before, but now I'm on some. I don't even blow
I'm
my
that
horn.
person.
I know it. I know it.
That's you.
I already know.
Yeah.
The fuck?
Me,
I know it.
exactly.
I know it.
Like, bro, what the fuck are we doing?
Yeah, I don't even blow my horn, bro.
I'm not that person. So I'm that type of person because this shit happened to me the other day for real. And the passenger was more hot than I was. I'm just taking deep breaths like, shh, that was a close one.
Yo, now you think
I ain't gonna lie. When it's your fault, you be like, damn, bro, I did fuck that.
Nah, it wasn't
bad.
even my fault. It
Oh.
was just like, that could have been ugly. Like, it was like,
yeah. What do you do when it's your fault?
Oh, you know, you just kind of be like, fuck up.
You just don't
That's
look.
not bad.
Definitely.
I gotta.
Yeah, I hit him with these.
Way, like,
yeah,
my bad,
my bad.
Or,
yeah.
or
like that's on me. That's on me.
yeah.
I don't. I'm driving.
God damn.
And you know how it is. I always like on the phone type. I'm looking at my phone. I'm actually got my phone up here trying to go to a GPS or something, right? Or some. I probably know it was something on the phone. So I kind of swerved to the right. And so, of course, whenever you're in a situation like that, you know what's in front of you, a stop sign or a light. So I'm at the light. Dude come up next to me. I'm talking about he heated because I see him in the river. He cussing me out. He come up next to me. I looked at him. I was like, hey, bro, my fault. I apologize. I'm talking about, dog, his demeanor was just on some like, I can't even be mad at you, bro.
Like as a man?
Yeah, as a man,
You
he was just like,
apologize.
I never fully understood that. It's just like, bro, chill, bro. Like they can't hear you, dog.
Yeah.
And then don't let them do hear you. You be quiet as a church mouse. They pull up beside you. Like,
So what's up?
hey, I see the video. I see the video on this whatever this shit is on Instagram that I follow, and the bitch the girl she said she
He in
swerved.
this bitch.
yeah.
And she was like, "Oh shit," you know what I'm saying? And shot on the other in the other car. She was like, "Damn, what the fuck wrong with you? You can't drive?" And she said, "I don't know. I just work here." And then Shawty said something else, and the girl, you know,
Oh, she was like,
she took the seatbelt off
Oh.
and Shawty pulled the fuck off.
Yeah.
And she recording this all the time. She was like, "She didn't want to smoke."
Like you really don't want the smoke.
Like she was ready. Like she didn't want the smoke.
Yeah, I really don't want the smoke. I just need you to know that was fucking stupid.
That shit happened to my pops. He had the window down. I think he said some shit like, dumbass bitch. But it was so funny because she looked over and she said his name because she knew him. And then he was like, oh, my bad. Oh, no. He said, you should have been driving better or some shit. Like, he still stood on his ground. Like, but the shit was funny because he had the window down and she heard him.
Yeah.
And she said his name, like, he was like, shit, you should have been driving right.
The funniest altercation I seen on the road when I was riding with some of my partners, and this dude was riding on his bike, but he coming down this hill kind of fast. So we make the right. This other lady, she stops and looks to the left before she makes the right, and he flipped all over her trunk.
God.
And then so she tried to get out and check on him. And because we like, oh shit, like we gotta slow it down to see what the fuck was going on. He said, "What the fuck, bitch?" She said, "Bitch, oh no," and got back in the car. But she cleaned his ass up, bro. Bro, I said this nigga hit a front flip so nasty, bro. Like it's supposed to be on a movie, bro. He killed the whole truck, bro.
Dang.
But you got to slow down, bro. He was coming kind of
You
like
going
full
fast.
speed,
Yeah,
like you know what I'm
yeah.
saying. But flip. He said, "What the fuck, bitch?" Just like that, bro. I promise you, bro. I promise you. Oh, but yeah, but see, that shit get people in trouble. I feel like it don't got people killed before. Like,
most definitely.
your
Yeah.
man's, I don't mean not your man, but the football player, name was Joe McKnight. Remember that in New Orleans?
In New Orleans, yeah, I remember that.
In New Orleans.
Yeah, like he probably was like cussing the nigga out and shit, and the nigga hopped out like what was said type shit and shot his ass.
I had an extended family member die from road rage.
That's what
Nigga
I'm saying.
followed him home.
Yeah,
It was in
man.
Texas. Followed him home. And off.
That nigga locked up for real, because I know that was premeditated. How
Yeah,
far
nigga, you
followed
thought
him?
about that
Oh,
shit.
10 miles. I was like, yeah, bro.
Oh,
you had-
10 miles. Proud too.
You had time.
Full 20 minutes
Yeah,
out
you-
there.
Yeah, you could have figured that out. bro.
Yeah, like
coulda
you
let
ain't
it
calm
go
down
at
the
that
first
point.
like 5 minutes you was driving
Yeah.
behind this nigga.
Yeah, that's a long time to ride
Yeah.
behind somebody. Like,
20 minutes.
like give
Nigga,
me
in
like
Atlanta,
30
that's like
seconds.
from here to the south side.
Yeah.
I think the most I don't said is like, damn, here we go with this shit, like or something like, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? But I don't be cussing them folks out. Like, ain't nothing to say, bro. We made it. I made it, bro. I made it.
Yeah, I made it.
I give a little exhale.
Yeah.
You know what
A
I'm
little
saying?
sigh of relief.
Yeah, like we made it. Like it's nothing to say, bro.
Nothing that
Like,
we can do at this moment.
you know.
Like, let's just
but it's all good.
call it a day.
It's all good.
All in days work.
But I know you that person, Chiane.
Oh yeah, I'm cussing everybody out.
Hey, I'm gonna play something for y'all, right? So, everybody can't see this, but some proper context. So we know what's going on right now. Like, we in Atlanta, and people been rioting, protesting, peaceful protests, loud protests, going up in Lenox, going up in Phipps, you know,
Kroger's.
Windows, Kroger, all this stuff, Targets, and all this stuff. So this is a video of a white lady doing all of those things. And I just want you to hear what the reporter said about this white lady doing all these things. Hold on, make sure the video starts over. I'm gonna wait for it to start over.
It is incredible to see in a unfortunate way. I can only hope that this person isn't stealing and that maybe they are an employee. But based on what I have seen tonight,
Like, that bitch don't
I
look like
missed the
no
word for
damn
word what she said,
employee.
though.
Basically, what she said is she's watching a video of a lady looting, stealing, coming out the store. She says, "I hope that she's either works there or an employee." Like, she's giving this lady all the benefit of the doubt for looting in a store where it's clear as daylight.
Right.
First off, even if she is an employee,
She just picked up a bunch of shit and literally walked out.
Walked right
Does
out
that
the
look
store.
like an employee?
I don't get it, bro.
Like-
I
Like,
shot into that cheesecake.
Oh, that was me.
It was chilling.
That would have been me.
Look, she was
bothered.
in no hurry.
Yeah.
no,
like
bro. She was
just
like, she
bought
was unbothered.
Unbothered,
As
bro.
fuck.
Shit, I'm gonna fuck this up when I get to the crib.
That's why I was like, damn, that would be me. I'm like, nah, I'm just go take this
but
cheesecake.
that kind of got me heated too, though, because I'm like, fam.
I got this mango key lime motherfucker. I'm
Oh,
finna
like-
fuck this
But
up
she
when I
walked
get
out
to
with
the
the
crib.
whole
With the whole though,
thing,
she was
like it wasn't even
I
like a
need this
piece.
dish too. Y'all gonna miss
Yeah,
this dish.
yeah, she took the dish too.
I mean, I don't see no reason to play with it. Like,
yeah, like
You
if you
gonna
gonna
go for
go,
a slice?
right? Get the whole fucking cake,
you going in there for the slice? Let's get this. We taking the cake,
Right.
Literally.
Yeah,
and walk the fuck out.
I wouldn't have expected that though. And then, like you said, she walked out like, calm, bro.
Like, I
Like,
finna
But she wasn't even in a rush.
I'm finna put me together to go play this up. Like, nah,
Facts.
let's take this pie.
like, she didn't even put it in no. She didn't get
The top, the little lid,
container.
or nothing.
None of that. Was
She
just
probably
like,
made a
this
little
me.
post later too, talking about shit be so better when it's free.
Right.
Like, this is like life altering. Thank you,
Yeah.
Cheesecake Factory.
Yeah.
Tagged them and everything.
Right.
You feel me?
Talk-
Like,
talking about
That's how you lose it.
hashtag ad.
so what y'all feel is going on? Like, well, what's going on? I mean, brother.
Chiane, you go.
I was gonna say it because I just want to hear y'all's perspective of it because y'all are black men. But I mean, this shit is just exhausting, to be honest. Like, it got to a point, like, no bullshit. I found myself like, I think just after watching it for so long, like, I just put my phone down and I went in the bathroom and cried for like 5 minutes straight. It don't sound like a long time, but that shit just was like, it shit is just exhausting.
Yeah.
Like, name after name, year after year, same shit. It's just like, it's just really exhausting. And it's like, there's really no real word for how I feel. I'm kind of just like here. I don't really have a pinpointed word for it, but I just know it's exhausting. And I can only imagine the people that go through that, or people that really be out here on the front lines. Like, that has, I mean, I'm sure for them it's a little different, but it still has to affect them where it's like, it's just exhausting.
No, that's real.
It is.
I definitely. I mean, I felt that too. Also, just like the uncertainty, because it's like this stuff happen. It happens it don't happen way too much in my lifetime, to the point to where it is, and I hate to say it, but it's becoming normal in a sense. Like, I'm not shocked anymore when a black man is killed by a white police officer.
Or
And
when they get
that's
off.
like, it's not good to be numb to that
Right.
event. You know what I mean? It's just like, all right, bro, another one. And then when you look at how things happen, and I'm like, bro, at some point, you just got to call a spade a spade.
Right.
Like, you got your knee on this man's neck.
For 9 minutes.
When I found out 9 minutes, Cheyenne, I'm like,
That's a long time.
that's a long time, man. Like, that ain't even, okay, what's 9 minutes? Think about that. Like, okay,
Shit, 3 songs?
3 songs.
3 songs are possible?
But think about it, like
3 rounds in the
even when they
heavyweight
say
fight.
like they always say like even when you watching boxing, a 3-minute round that's a long ass
That's
time.
a
Are you in the
long
middle?
time.
That's a
Right.
long ass time. Like
Long
So I couldn't
time.
imagine laying on concrete. I'm already handcuffed. It's 2 other officers on me,
9
and this
minutes.
nigga's on my neck.
But you know what's the crazy part? I don't know if y'all saw all the different angles, but they arrested what's his name, George Floyd.
George Floyd.
They
Yeah.
arrested him. Took him across the street, walked him
Facts.
to the vent to the truck, put him in the truck. Dude
Oh, was
was
beating-
punching
yeah,
on him
I was
in
gonna
the
say,
truck.
yeah,
The
he was
other
getting
nigga
beat up.
still standing behind him, watching him. I'm trying to figure out how he got back out the truck on the ground.
You want to know even a question prior to that? So the video that he's talking about, it was from a Chinese restaurant. I forgot the name of it. Mm-hmm. But the Chinese restaurant showed the video. So not only did they walk him across the street, they did the one thing that was bigger than that. They passed a police vehicle.
True.
Like
Oh,
imagine
really?
getting put in handcuffs where we at, and there's a car like what? So where the salon at?
Mm-hmm.
Right there. Imagine getting arrested in front of the salon. It's a car right there in front of the salon. They said like, no, we're gonna walk you up to the studio. Like why? Why? That don't even make sense to me.
Right.
Like if this is somebody that's perceived to be a problem, we got them in handcuffs. Why not just put them in the car right here?
Right.
That's right in front of us. Like you got to walk this man all the way across the street, then put him in another car. It's just like it's so much stuff that happened before that man was killed that it don't even. You can't justify. You can't. No normal person can look at that and figure out any part of that to be justifiable, in my opinion.
Right.
And the simple fact that it was 4 cops. The nigga on his
4.
neck,
The 2
2
that
on
was
the-
behind, the one that was
and then
standing
the
on
one
the
that
other
was
side.
you know, you see the 2.
You see the 2,
But
yeah.
at
The other
another
2 on the
angle,
other side.
Yeah, that's crazy. You got a nigga in handcuffs.
On the
When
ground.
What more can he
he's
do?
defenseless.
Right.
He's in handcuffs.
Right.
What is he gonna do to you? Spit on you? Like that's the most he probably can do. 'Cause if
But
he
it don't
kick you, he
take
gonna
4
fuck around and
people for
fall.
that. Like it just don't take 4 fucking people for that. Let alone 3. 2 maybe, depending on how big the guy is. 4?
Y'all saw what this was like, why this all started. It was like over a bad check or
He had a
forged
fake $10
check.
bill or some shit.
come on, bro.
And
I
he
don't
could
know
have
how
got
tr-
that from anywhere.
Anywhere.
I don't know how true it is, but
It don't matter if it's true or
no,
not.
no,
but
no,
I'm
no,
saying-
no. One of some lady, I don't know what position she was in the city, said them 2 niggas worked at the same club
Work at the
together.
same
So they knew each other.
Yeah, like the police
Oh,
officers, like,
wow.
like you know when they moonlight and
Oh,
do-
dog was a bouncer.
Yeah, he was a bouncer.
he was
on
a
the
bouncer
post
and
dude.
the cop was like a
The security there.
just an off-duty police officer making extra
They
money
said
at the club.
17 years. I don't know how true that is because I was talking to somebody and they said he ain't been in that city 17 years. But
Yeah.
it still was a lot of years. You feel me? They knew each other prior to this engagement.
That's crazy.
From what's
That
being
makes
said.
it even
And
worse.
Steve Jet said he was a truck driver too. Damn.
That makes it even worse. Yeah, I was gonna say, what's the NBA player?
Steven Jackson.
Yeah, said he had just moved up there to get his shit together. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Then you see the city did an autopsy and they said he died from other causes.
Underlying
but
health
the
conditions.
family just did an autopsy and they said he died from the lack of
asphyxiation. Yeah.
that air to his.
And you
from
can't
his
die.
Why
body.
are we even trying to debate why he died?
Right.
We see it. It's clear as day. Let me ask y'all this question though. It was a girl recording it, but if y'all was in that situation where this same exact situation, would you take it into your own hand? Would you continue recording if you was a person recording? Would you continue recording, or would you try to take it into your own hands to at least try to push the cop off?
That's
That's
such
tough.
That's
Yeah.
such a tough position to be in. And the only reason why I say that is because is at that point it's preservation of life.
Yeah.
Like,
you risking your life at
You
that
know-
point
you know
too.
what I'm
Yeah.
saying? It's so tricky. And you in the moment, like the person that's recording probably thinking like, man, I gotta document this so if something
She said
pop
she was
off,
walking down the street.
yeah,
and
if
then
something
just saw
popping
it,
off,
yeah.
I got evidence of it. But at the same time, it's so much stuff, man, because you can look at it.
You almost got to be willing to die at that point to try to
Yeah.
save somebody else's life. And the fact that she was 17, like that's intense.
There was I saw an interview. There was a and I don't know the guy's name. I apologize, but it was a guy that was also walking down the street, and he's a MMA, UFC trained fighter, and he was a brother, but he had to like restrain himself because he know what kind of force he can do with his hands. But he's seeing that this go down, and it was like he said it took everything for him not to intervene. But at the same time, he's like, if I intervene, then I get shot. They got justification for killing me because I'm trying to. They're gonna say you're trying to assault a police officer. You know, it's just like.
And it's clear that this kneel shit is a tactic because this is the second time it happened. Well, no. Was the Eric Garner? He wasn't getting kneeled on.
Nah, he got put in chokehold. Yeah.
But still, the suffocation is probably something they taught in training. Like, man, we know these points. This is what's gonna get them.
Well, you're supposed to be down, like to stop somebody from not breathing, but just to get them out a little bit, not to kill them.
But to answer your question, I don't know if I intervene like on some physical shit, but I had intervened by seeing nigga getting beat with a nightstick. I'm like, damn, bro, how many blows you gonna give him? Like,
yeah, so it's like verbal. You acknowledging that.
Yeah, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, but I ain't.
But I think that's the case in all of those.
I want wrestling with his ass.
Yeah, everybody say like, I mean, it's always verbal. Like they like, man, this man can't breathe. Get off. Like,
I don't feel like they be into it enough though. Like, I really was on bro bumping. Like, bro, how many blows you gonna give him? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
But it's like, how many times somebody gotta tell you this nigga can't breathe? Like, he's saying he can't breathe.
Dog. Okay.
And he's in handcuffs. He's not even fighting you.
Right.
He's not even fighting
He's
you.
defenseless.
Go, bro.
He's
like,
not even fighting you.
Right.
I want to drive that point home. Like, three things. Number one, he's in handcuffs. Number two, he's on the ground. Number three, he's being restrained by three cops.
Even if he got up and run, where's he going?
Right.
And my thing is,
and even if he was a problem, he's down, bro. He's down, bro.
He's down.
I don't even think he was a problem. He wasn't a problem, was it?
Not from the video.
From the video?
I didn't watch the entire video. I only watched the video of him.
And I mean, been a problem. I mean, like he was like fighting back and shit.
There's no video footage of that.
But if this nigga, like, I ain't see the whole video. I saw enough when I seen the nigga knee in his throat. But if he on it for 9 minutes, bro, like, what the fuck?
That's what I'm saying.
What are we doing? Like,
I put it like this, Steve. I can justify him using that as a tactic to get him on the ground. But once he on the ground,
let go.
Okay, that's the end of it. You can't justify being on that man's neck for 9 minutes and thinking that
he's okay.
My question is like, why are they so scared of us though? Like, they so scary, bro. Like, I remember my dog got pulled up. We didn't even get pulled over, bro. We was on the side of the road changing the tire, and they pulled up on us and like come with all these questions, or it smell like weed and shit. Like, bro, ain't nobody smoke shit. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Literally.
Yeah.
Like, literally. And it was funny because we were going to a Wiz Khalifa concert, and dog was like, well, I'm gonna save my shit till I get there. They never found that shit. They found a grinder.
Yeah.
And putting this nigga in handcuffs. He was like, hold on, for a grinder? And while he saying hold on, they trying to, like, he kind of big too. He like, he probably about 6'2". Slamming the nigga on the car and shit. Like, the fuck, bro? Like,
and y'all were changing the tire, so they stopped y'all. Like,
we didn't even get stopped, bro. Like, pulled over.
You just pulled over.
Like, you pulling over, like, oh, what's the problem? What the fuck you think the problem is?
It's very obvious.
The tire, bro.
Yeah. Like, why you ain't help me? If you gonna stop, your initial conversation be like, bro, you need some help.
What? You see what I'm saying? Like, exactly, bro.
Like that should be the first thing. If you see that I'm changing my tire, bro. See, that's the stuff that be pissing me off though, because it's like they be trying to get the smoke. They try to find the smoke instead of just like policing.
But then that, like, you can't say some shit back, and then when you do, it's like resisting arrest, and it's like had you asked him like, the fuck does it look like we're doing? Like,
yeah,
now we got a problem. You know what I mean?
What you mean?
Yeah.
Like, what you mean, bro? Like,
you can't
what
see.
What kind of question is that?
I don't like, cause I feel like and this is like my biggest pet peeve. I ain't fuck when people talk to me like I'm crazy, like I'm stupid, like you insulting my intelligence. Like, what you think we doing? Don't ask me no rhetoricals.
Yeah,
Don't hit me with rhetoricals, bro. Like, what y'all doing? What's the problem? What you think the
changing
problem
the tire.
is, bro? Like, the fuck?
Our tire blew out on the interstate.
Fuck,
Like,
bro,
we're changing it. You know, that's normal protocol. We didn't want to call AAA.
Yeah, man.
It's going to take too long. It's two grown men. We can handle this ourselves. Bro.
Yeah, they got that shit fucked up.
Yeah, man.
They really, I don't know.
Locked
I don't
him
even
up
know
on
if it's
my
down-
grind.
if
There wasn't
it's-
even nothing in there.
That's even worse.
It was nothing in there, bro.
You said they locked him up over it?
Hell yeah, I had to call a ride home, bro.
I ain't surprised they tried to get you too.
Shit, I wasn't going for it.
I mean, what can they? Because they got me for a grinder before, but they just took the grinder. They caught me with weed and a grinder, but they just took the grinder.
He had a grinder only, bro. They didn't even find the weed.
Damn, y'all ain't even go to the concert.
No.
That's the moral of the story. You didn't even make it to the concert. Dang.
You had to call a ride, bro. Cause I think this was even before like Uber and shit got popping.
Yeah.
Mm.
No, I'm saying. We
you
calling
gotta
no
call a
taxi.
No, I ain't can't call no taxi. I don't even feel safe calling no taxi.
Calling no taxi.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Nah.
It is crazy shit. man.
No,
It's just,
I'm dead ass here. Like, that shit was crazy. Like, that shit was crazy. Then, like, how you kind of, like, emasculate a nigga like that. You see what I'm saying? Like, that shit was crazy.
That be the thing that's killing me. Like,
They
they
was
feel they
slamming
can
his ass.
emasculate niggas, but when niggas get back, when we were just talking about, like, I'm a man, don't disrespect me. Like,
Yeah.
if you don't want me to disrespect you, don't disrespect me.
Right.
right.
And
Talk
so-
to me like you don't have that damn what's uniform on.
And as
like,
soon as I replied with an appropriate response, now you got them chest poked out, and I'm an officer of the law and shit like
Right.
that, so to speak. You get what I'm saying?
You know what I be thinking, man? And like, this gonna sound crazy, but what I think is you got a lot of people that are police officers who were just straight punks.
in
growing
school
Mm-hmm.
or growing up, period.
growing up. Like, they were just punks. They got punked. They were bullied. And so now
Bruh.
I'm going to become a police officer so I can do the bullying. That's what it is.
Bro, I was at the Kroger, used to work here at the Kroger on Cleveland Avenue, and one of the security guard was like, "Yo, I went to school with dog, and he was a goddamn, he was a punk in school.
Yeah.
Like, you see what I'm saying? But now he walk around with his chest out, you know what I'm saying? It's like he overdoing shit
Yeah.
all the time. I was like, man, what's up with dog problem? Like, because we used to talk, I used to talk to him, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? But I was like, I can't even talk to this nigga. Like,
Doing too much.
what? I'm talking about black man. I can't even talk to him. Like, you know what I'm saying?
It's crazy, bro. Like, for real, it's so unfortunate that they are scared of us to the point to where they don't know how to have a conversation with us.
My thing is like, what the fuck are you scared of? I ain't got no guns drawn.
They be scared of us, bro.
I ain't did shit.
I told y'all about that time my cousin got to fight at the Georgia Dome.
I think so.
Okay, we was at the Kansas City Chiefs Falcon game. And so I went at halftime went to go pee and get me some more to drink. I come back here in the whole brawl, you know what I'm saying?
I don't know if you said it on here, but I think I've heard it. Go ahead, though.
All right, cool. So I ain't. You know how expensive them drinks was at the time, cause this
Yeah.
at the Dome.
Yeah,
this
yeah.
ain't
Yeah.
this ain't at the
The-
Mercedes where they
right.
said they got
Cheaper
the
concession.
prices and shit. Hell,
Yeah,
nah.
I think about 15.
What
Right.
a piece.
Yeah.
I had to drop both of them shits. But anywho, all the security guards came and got my cousin, let all the other people go, all the other parties involved. And I'm like, bro, it's 4 of y'all on this man. Like, why are y'all on this man?
Yeah.
So, because he don't take no bullshit, and I feel like it was like a misunderstanding somewhere. He told me the lady was like, "Those my seats." He was like, "No, the fuck they're not."
Yeah.
And it escalated from there. But it was a white man 4 rows down and was like, "Yeah, he started it all."
Oh.
I said, "Bro, how you see that from we in the nosebleed section?
Yeah.
How you see that from 4 rows down, bro?"
Crazy, man.
So we talking and we arguing, like we just arguing. We like, I ain't threw no threats his way or nothing. I ain't be like, bro, I'm gonna beat your ass, none of that shit.
Yeah.
He said, I'm not scared of you. The fuck? Immediately after he said that, I just walked away. I looked at him for a second. I said, bro, these people crazy. Bro, what are you
Set
talking
up,
about,
bro?
bro?
Trying to set you up.
What are you talking about, bro?
Trying to set you up.
You know how nuts you look saying you're not scared of somebody that
As
nobody
a
said
man.
you- Yeah, like I'm not scared of you. What?
I'm like, what? I'm like,
I'm not scared of you. But even though you talking about the setup, that said a lot to me. Like
You
it's
are.
already
Right.
instilled that they are scared of me.
Right.
Like
yeah.
from the news, from whatever. Like you know what I'm saying? Like I'm not scared of you. Like he's supposed to be scared. So he felt brave by saying that shit.
That nigga, he bragged his friends. I told him too.
Told him,
But-
but I'm not afraid of you.
Yeah, he told his friends. Like he went home, like and said this shit.
Hey, guess what I did today, babe?
But my point is,
Oh, nigga, fucking with me. I told him.
I told him I'm not fucking scared of you. You know, damn
I'll
well
take you home right now. But you. But my hope, like, never, not once did I think like I'm scared of this nigga. Like, Lord, like never, not once. It never even
didn't
crossed my
your
mind, bro.
Yeah, it didn't cross your mind. It's so crazy, bro.
Bro, we sit here. I'm really trying to say, bro, how you just gonna point out my cousin from 4 rows down at a football game? You know how loud this shit be? You didn't hear no words going on or nothing.
Hey, bro, why you not in
Y'all
law?
inside the dome.
We inside the dome at a football game, dog.
That's crazy.
How you gonna tell me like he's the culprit?
From 4 rows.
4 rows down, bro.
Nevertheless,
But you
in the
telling this to-
nosebleeds.
You telling this to the security, they going for it.
Yeah.
Like, no, he's 4 rows down. Like,
Why you not in law, bro? Like, so you mean to tell me from 4 rows down in a football game
it's loud as shit. Like,
In the dome.
in the dome, you heard one person start an altercation?
commotion came from
One person?
Yeah. That's what I'm
Okay.
telling you.
Yeah, that makes sense.
bro, how many people that shit hold?
That's
You could
50,
barely hold the nigga.
50,000
Yeah.
screaming people at a football game for 4 rows.
You could barely hear the nigga you talking next to you.
You see what I'm saying?
Let alone 4 rows down.
So yeah, that shit was just crazy. But I don't know why they so scared of this though. I got my,
It's because that's what they've been taught.
That's what
You
it
feel
and
me?
that's what they pushing in the media and shit
They
too.
haven't, the image that they got of black people is wild. You feel me?
Loud.
Tempers, you know. And we are people that just jump off. We do, you know. I wouldn't even say we wild for real. I just feel like we got a large bark. And I say that, and I ain't saying black people scared, but it's like, man, when shit like this going on, like to hear motherfuckers saying like, "Oh no, forgive them," and we too damn forgiving. I feel
Yeah.
like we too forgiving. We too forgiving for them to
That
be
Michael
treating us
Porter
like,
Jr. shit fucked me up too.
what happened with that?
He said on Twitter, well, him and Steven Jackson got into it. But, you know, this is close for home for Steven Jackson.
Yeah.
And Michael Porter Jr., he plays in the NBA, plays for the Nuggets. He says,
Those niggas said have a forgiving heart. Pray
Oh, I
for
did
the
see
for the
that. All
cops or
that
some
shit.
shit.
bro, even if you feel that, bro, you can't say that right now.
I think that's
right
what
now.
Desi said. Some shit along those lines.
And like, cause I sort of see your point. That's the Martin Luther King shit, right? You know, his philosophy, whatever. Like,
But Martin Luther King wasn't really, if you really
Bro,
listen
at
to
the
him.
end of the journey,
No, I seen some shit. I don't know if it was before the I Have a Dream shit, but he was just saying like he was on some peaceful shit, but he was like, shit, the looting is the what is it? The voice of the
voice.
unheard. Like I watched the whole thing.
Yeah.
And he was just saying like, bro, if y'all gonna continue to ignore us, bro, this shit is justified. You
Right.
justifying us looting.
Bro, real talk. If y'all can, just go back and listen to "Pimp a Butterfly" by Kendrick Lamar right now.
It's
Oh,
okay.
yeah.
It's in the deck.
I did.
It's in the deck.
Just go back and listen to it, bro. I see what you did right there. Just go back and listen to it. It hit different now.
You know what's so hard about this shirt with me though, or I mean, this album cover.
Yeah.
The fact, not only like the title, but the fact when I heard him say that everybody on this shit is either dead or in jail, that shit fucked me up. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, it's wild.
it's a lot of people on this
lot of
Yeah.
fucking shirt, bro.
Yeah. It's a dead ass.
Yeah.
It's like a family
You
reunion
see
on
what
that
I'm
shirt.
saying?
I
Like,
think
you know,
minus the kids though, I think. But like all the adult men.
he didn't say that.
But yeah, I know what you're saying. Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
He clarified that.
Yeah.
He
Like,
said
he took-
everybody on
he
this
took
shirt.
the whole set to DC, bro. Like on the White House. That's hard.
Yeah, that is hard.
Oh, I thought it was Photoshop. I think this shit. I think they
It could
Photoshop
be.
on this
It
line.
could be.
On this
Yeah,
line.
yeah, it
Oh. But
I'm
the
just-
fact
the
that even like
concept.
the shit they holding
Yeah.
comes from a system that's trying to pimp you.
Right.
Just go back and listen to the album, bro. Like
And it's a
Nah,
lot of
shit,
hard
yeah.
album covers. This is like my favorite album cover ever.
Yeah,
Like,
that's up.
once I heard that,
to
Gotcha.
me, it's up there with, and this is just because
the Quimna.
Quimina.
I already knew you were gonna say that.
Yeah.
That's a hard one, but this it.
That, I
for
mean,
me.
that's hard, especially when you, cause I ain't gonna lie to you. When I first saw the album cover, I ain't see Kendrick. Like for a long time, I ain't see Kendrick. Then I just have me killing them right.
He was
Ain't
smacking the
no-
bitches.
no-
He was smacking the bitches.
Side note, no bullshit. Them fruit snacks go hard.
Hey, no fruit snacks.
Them shit's good as shit.
But when I first saw it, I was like, dang, Kendrick not even. And then I looked in, I was, oh, he holding the baby. Like he just looked different in that picture. But yeah, bro, just go back and listen to "Pimp a Butterfly" by Kendrick Lamar. It was already an incredible album, but it's one that you got to digest. But like
I'm talking about like from drug to alcohol
Everything.
Yeah.
to even why this money's a huge thing. You know what I'm saying? Like,
And I feel like we should kill the narrative. All some good cops. Fuck all that, cause there's some good black people.
Right.
But they look at us as one. Like you
Right.
feel
oh,
me?
that's
So
some
shit.
that's a
Yeah.
bar right
Woo.
there, boy.
hey, black,
Yeah,
you
you.
ever thought about rapping?
Yeah.
Oh, that in my past life. I,
Yeah,
That's
fast
a
life.
bar,
I used to
bro.
get busy.
I'm finna get
Past
this
life,
Mac
like 30
Mini.
seconds
I'm
ago?
finna get these beats popping. You know,
Right.
we gotta go for something.
I got some bars
That's
for
a
you.
bar.
That was a whole bar.
That was a bar for real, for real.
Throw it on the beat.
Yeah, they keep talking. And even with these good cops, like, bro, y'all need to hold y'all people accountable. You feel me? Like,
Y'all over here quiet for the most
Yeah,
part because y'all want to
like-
lose y'all careers and shit like
Yeah.
that. You signed up for this.
Yeah,
Right.
definitely.
but just for like,
You
all
knew.
this shit go back to respect with me. Like, as a black cop, you in these meeting rooms with these white cops every morning. If you're not saying nothing to these niggas, bro, like that's a problem. That's a
Yeah.
problem. Like,
Like y'all gotta have conversations too. It just
yeah,
can't be us
because
having these
okay,
conversations.
a white person, they might be disconnected from the black community, but down there, all of these police force got black cops on there.
And black sergeants, to be
So
honest.
this black cop can be your I don't know the word I'm looking for, but he can help you understand this culture to where you
Your
don't be as
liaison
scared.
between the
Ask
two.
questions, you feel me?
Yeah.
Don't just go out and just react and treat us like we some type of animal or some shit. Like,
Well,
that shit,
it was
that shit
it was
crazy.
very disappointing to know that two black cops tased that couple the other night.
Oh yeah.
Like
yeah.
that shit was just like
After-
man.
After.
Then, hold on. After the fact that doing these press conferences and shit, they was like, this shit don't be happening in Atlanta.
Right.
Nigga, please.
Yes, the fuck it does. Right. So you
It
gonna
happen
tell
everywhere,
me
bro.
APD just the only one?
Nigga,
Like no.
I kept seeing this though. I don't know about it, but they said Atlanta been burned down before. Like a couple years ago, it was burned down. They just basically rebuilt the shit.
You said a couple years ago?
I don't know. I mean, when was it?
You talking
Said
about
when
when Thurman came?
Yeah, nah, I was
Sherman. What's the dude name? We
Thurgood?
talking about like way back. Like
Shit, Atlanta has been burned down
Yeah, I
in the
was
1800s, though.
That's what I'm
They
saying.
was
No,
making
who-
it seem like it was something
No,
recently.
no,
like,
no, no,
oh,
no.
okay.
In the 1800s, it got burned down.
I mean, if you talking about the
during the Civil
Centennial-
War, like them
Centennial
time,
bombing,
them,
like that was something. But hey,
doing
the
it
city
like
done burned.
96.
no, that was just Centennial Living Park.
That's wild.
But that brings up a good point too, bro. Because while I understand the news has a job, sometimes you got to get out here and see it for yourself.
Them niggas have a narrative. They don't do their job.
You're right. It's a narrative.
They don't
and they
have.
owned by entertainment companies. Like,
Yeah, they.
You're right, Cheyenne.
I literally feel like I don't know what I was looking at years ago,
circus.
but they were just saying how look at how the media, when they take a story, the wording is very particular, and it's usually said no matter what the fuck network it is, like it's said the exact same way, like it's almost a script.
Yeah.
And when I realized that, I was like, oh, well, this shit is stupid. Like, there's no point in me watching this because the narrative is already drawn. The photos, the images, the videos, whatever they want to show and to be seen, that's
keep
it.
on
Yeah.
Yo, yesterday, and it's crazy you mentioned like how the wording and shit, like that shit be key. So J.R. Smith just beat a nigga up for breaking into his car.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
You seen that?
So I mean, he gave him size, whatever size shoe J.R. Smith wear.
He gave it to
He gave
him.
all of them to
In
him.
that ass.
All of them.
All of them.
He didn't even want them shoes no more.
Nah. So,
I'm sorry.
yeah, all the reports from ESPN, TMZ, whatever, like the news, whatever, any news outlet, it says J.R. Smith beats up man who allegedly broke into his car. Why add the allegedly, bro?
Right.
Like,
And niggas
They
in his
say,
car.
They say allegedly. Well, here's the reason why. Because they don't know for sure.
But then you should have put the alleged man, not that allegedly broke into his car.
Yeah.
Because that's a whole different thing. Like it could have been the
Right.
wrong person, but we
But
see
he
that the
still
nigga
broke
broke
in his
into your
car.
car.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
you feel
Well,
me?
that's like yesterday. They didn't say. I don't remember the exact headline, but it was to the degree of like two college students get tased and pulled out of a vehicle for protesting. That's not what it was for. And if that was the case, then it should have said allegedly protesting. But like I said, they already have their mind made up on what they want it to look like. That's why it be so hard to try to convince people of the actual story versus when it's on the news. Cause I know my mom, the first thing she highlighted, it was on the news. Like, ma, that shit ain't
Give a
real.
fuck.
But you gotta think too, though. You gotta think too. Why don't people watch PBS?
Oh,
PBS give you
broadcasting.
facts on all this shit. Like,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
Yeah.
But people want to
They
be
want
entertained.
entertainment.
Yeah.
They
You
wanna
feel
be
me?
entertained.
They
You
don't
want-
want the
you-
truth.
yeah.
You
They
feel
wanna
me?
be entertained.
When a nigga do some bullshit, that's all over Shade Room.
I was on my pops bumper a couple Thanksgivings ago.
Yeah.
Talking about that shit, like what she said, like it was on the news, and I don't give a fuck what it was on the news.
Right.
Like,
They control the narrative. Because I was going to say, like, my folks were going to come up here, right, this weekend. And it was like, man, no, man, the city on fire. And, you know, I ain't left the house. So I'm, like, on some, like, you know, I turned on the news, like, dang, yeah, like, city on fire type thing. That's the narrative they kept painting, the city on fire. Like, now, for those that live in the city, they know that we talking about a block. Like, this was legit.
Yeah, it's just a street.
Street, like Centennial in
And-
front of CNN.
yeah, and that
Center.
was it.
This where all this stuff happened, but
Let
the
the world.
news showing different angles of this one, and they showing close-ups. So in your brain, you thinking like, boy, they burning up everything.
Yeah, like it look. I ain't gonna lie. If you don't
look
pay
crazy.
attention, that shit look like 16 cars got blew up.
Yeah, it look
that
crazy.
shit look like they was just out doing some real egregious shit, like all through the city. Not
And even in Buckhead, if you want to take it there, but it was like, oh, the protest. They said the protest extends to Buckhead, and the riot breaks out, and looters break into Icebox. Right, just check out what it is. So it broke into Icebox. What was the other location that they broke into?
Sac Deluxe.
Gucci.
That
And
They
deal.
went in Phipps. I'm just saying the bigger places.
Oh, okay,
Oh,
gotcha.
They went
Phipps.
they went into Icebox, a jewelry store,
Lennox and Phillips.
Lennox and Phipps. But the way the news will sensationalize it, they saying like, oh, they went into the Gucci store. They naming all
All
of
the
these
store-
different
yeah.
things that happened, but they legit really broke into two establishments. If you they broke into the mall, bro, and was
Right.
like, whatever we can easily get to, that's what we're gonna get to when we get in here. Whatever, but in your brain, you hearing they gonna run down the list of everything to make you think that
it's more than what it is.
everything popping off.
I mean,
And
that
that's
go back.
the-
That's what you were saying about the coronavirus shit. Like,
Yeah.
it's how they wording
How they
it.
word
Like,
it.
yeah.
And
I
that's
said
what they
about the
do.
coronavirus.
but you were saying about the numbers and shit. Like, if they
Oh,
would have
yeah,
put the
yeah,
numbers
yeah.
this way, or they would
number
have
of
reported it
recovery.
a certain
Oh,
way.
oh yeah, I do. Yeah. Like when they said we got how many cases? What they said?
15,000 or something like that. 15,000 deaths or something.
1,500 deaths versus like 30,000 or some shit like that. It was something crazy like that. But if a nigga say, shit, 29 people beat the coronavirus, niggas will not be inside.
Right.
Yeah, it's all about pushing the narrative, man. Like right now, the city has a curfew,
Yeah, nah.
and so we actually we're not abiding by the curfew right now. Now I think about it,
We said fuck the curfew.
but that the narrative is being pushed. So you thinking that there's a 9 p.m. curfew, so if you ain't in the house, like if you really think about it, they telling grown people that they got to go to the crib.
After they just came out of quarantine.
Yeah, we on
Like,
punishment,
bro,
bro.
niggas is tired of being in the house. Like, you feel me?
Like I mean, and I don't have all the political, the policy, but when you really think about it, bro, like they got us on some RoboCop, like
Big
Bro, the
brother
fact that
shit.
National Guard is
Bruh.
like dead ass outside right now.
No, y'all. I mean,
I
y'all might
seen
not
the
hear. There's
trucks
a
you were talking about, too.
helicopters
That ain't
going
what I
on
was
right
talking
now.
about.
Yeah.
I was talking about a tank.
Yeah. I saw a video. They were coming down the street. They
Shit.
right here. We not too far from where everything going
Shit,
down.
they right there in front of World Congress and all that
Congress,
shit.
yeah.
But look, so my question is, what are y'all attitudes or feelings towards white people at this current moment?
I said this off camera. I said it on camera too. What was the day that George
Floyd?
I think it
Floyd
was
was killed.
last Tuesday.
Last Tuesday?
Yeah, it's only been like a week.
So let's say a week. A week has went by, and I have not received a email, text message, phone call, or a face-to-face acknowledgement of this from not one white person.
Okay. What would you want that email or text to say?
I just need acknowledgement that it happened.
Because you got to think, if I don't know, but I'm sure
Go
when you just had your daughter, they probably acknowledged that.
Floodgates.
Word.
Floodgates.
Word.
Oh, and yeah.
My daughter was born floodgates.
And that's when I get where you coming from with that. Like,
I'm
know?
with you. I'm with
Yeah.
you.
Like,
Nah,
I mean,
no.
It'll be different.
I'm with you 100%.
Yeah. It'll
I
be
want to know.
different.
I want to know what you want that shit to
I
say.
just,
So
I just want,
yeah.
I just want the acknowledgement that it actually happened. Just let me know that it don't even have to be, because I'm not looking for you to be sympathetic. I just need you to say that. I'll put it like this: the way I feel right now is white people going about their day. At least the white people in my circle
It's
are going about
another
their
day
day
in the
like nothing
neighborhood.
happened. Right.
You hear about it, all right. Like it don't affect them
Go
directly.
back
That's
eat
what I'm
Sunday
saying.
dinner.
Yeah.
That's why I don't disagree with looting. Y'all gonna see what y'all gonna feel this shit then. We might have to feel it too. Some of the black business might have to feel it too, but shit, you gotta have some casualties. Like,
Oh, can I say something about that?
Go ahead. Go ahead.
I did have a white person reach out to me. They did. One of my really good friends from like for years now, but basically, like you said, acknowledgement was just, and we've had these conversations before, so it wasn't anything like his first time speaking out. It wasn't anything like that. So I knew it was coming from a genuine place, but it was basically like, I acknowledge it. This shit is fucked up. I want you to know that I see you. You're loved, and if there's anything I can do to help, I know I don't understand it. I never will. I know my privilege. I acknowledge it. And he was like, I use mine for the better good, basically. So I mean, it was appreciative, hearing that, but I don't know. I guess to the point of it being normal and numb, it's kind of just like, all right, like I don't really know what to say after
Like
that.
right now, I feel it's too late. I don't want it now.
Yeah.
I don't want it now.
Y'all seen Hotel Rwanda?
I seen it like it's been a while.
You know, I'm a movie man, so
yeah.
So it was one particular part where Don Cheetah is like ecstatic that the reporter or the dude who's getting the video had got the video. He was like, "Oh, this is gonna be great. They finna send help, like yada yada yada." You know what I'm saying? And dude just over there like, "Bro, they gonna look at this shit. And they gonna be like, damn, that's sad," and go back to eating their dinners." And that's where we at with it, like, in period. Like, you know what I'm saying? If it ain't hitting close to home,
It's
niggas
sad,
don't give a fuck,
right.
bro. Like, that's what I got out of that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
that's why I say, bro.
But-
Like when Kaepernick was kneeling, they was clowning that shit.
Time out. The fact that the NFL putting out that statement, that shit irked
What did
my
they say?
fucking
They said some
nerves.
bullshit. They said some bullshit.
That shit irked me
can we
so
find
bad.
that? Can we find that, please?
I'm gonna try to find it, but what you call it? Like, they gained my respect. I mean, I never really didn't dislike Reebok, but Reebok, they came out and said basically without black people it wouldn't. You feel me? They make our company run. They address black people specifically. Like these other companies, they doing some beat around the bush shit. Like, man, I'm gonna try to find the NFL shit.
No, I can find it. I got it.
That's-
Yo, that shit irked me the wrong. That shit irked me so bad. Y'all know I don't really give a fuck about sports. But I know that bullshit that they pulled with Kaepernick they drew that shit out for years.
He ain't had no job.
He have a
what,
job for
2017,
years.
I think 2017.
Has it been that short? I'm
I
thinking
mean, bro,
it's longer.
that's coming up on 3 seasons.
I feel it, but I'm thinking it's longer. Like,
It might be.
How do y'all? So what are y'all?
Is this it? No. Hold on.
I guess with all this shit happening, what's y'all plan during the election?
I mean, I'm definitely for make sure you vote. Make sure you vote locally, and not just vote just to vote. Like, okay, in a perfect world, you do all the research that you could possibly do, but everybody ain't doing that, right? So, like, at least do your due diligence of that reading a biography or reading whatever policy they plan to do. Like, and that I know that might be asking a lot for people, but I'm just saying don't go in blindly vote just because like a Democrat is going to do like at least those commercials that you're saying, at least do your due diligence and look up who those people are. And that don't take that long to do. That's like a night of not listening to an album one night, or you could do it. You know what I'm saying?
So I got a question. Mm-hmm. Say we look the people up and we find the people we want to vote for, right? Mm-hmm. Then they get down to certain people that we don't want to vote for. Then what?
I don't understand your question.
I think what you just saying. Do you have to pick one? I think you might can leave it blank.
Yeah, if you ain't rocking with either person, you can leave it blank.
Like say,
you can write in
say
somebody.
Biden and Trump. That's what I'm getting.
You can write in people, bro. Like I mean, right now, the thing is crazy now because like sometimes you have to be careful nowadays because if you say that you're a Democrat on the ballot, they will send you a Democratic ballot, and that ballot would only have Democratic candidates. Mm-hmm. And I'm not telling people to vote Democrat or Republican. That's your business. You do what you want to do. But you have to be careful sometimes because it'll put you in a box to where now you choosing people who you don't necessarily, you might not want to choose or whatever. Same thing, you vote Republican or Libertarian, all of that. All I'm saying, just do the research, bro. Like
vote for principles. Like that's what I'm like. Fuck Republican and Democrat.
Yeah,
vote for principles.
Steve.
And my thing, like I've been learning a lot over the.
And hold these folks accountable too, bro.
I've been learning a lot over the last few years about this political shit, and a lot of people. Like we kind of in a fucked up position right now with Biden being in, I want to say but being the person that's running against Trump.
Yeah. Because
people didn't realize the importance of primaries. Like a lot of millennials was for Bernie. Mm-hmm. They liked his principles. Shit, all them damn Democratic candidates, they follow his principles. They talked about his principles, like what he stood for. They was, kind of copying that. And it's like he had so much energy behind him and he didn't get picked. And that's because I think the younger people, the millennials, they didn't understand the importance of primaries. Like they think like, they only know about the election. I think as the masses only focus on the election and not the shit in between because it's not pushed. When it's election time, you see commercials all over the TV,
text messages and all kinds of.
And it's too late by that time though.
All I'm saying is, besides the president, I know the marketing is behind the president because that's where all the money is put. So you know about that. You still got to vote in your local elections and all of that stuff too. But what I will say is this starting to feel like 2015 all over again, where you got two people who you really don't like either one of them, so now you feel like I just vote for the less of the two evils.
That's what I'm saying.
And then on top of that, the person who you don't want to go in office is going up against somebody who feel they're entitled to do it.
But see, that's why I don't fuck with that. Like, why?
It's whack, bro.
I mean, you say go to elect, and vote and shit. I'm not fucking with neither one of these people.
But that's why I said when I say go to the polls, bro, I'm honestly talking about like right now. What stuff really affects you? I'm asking you as a person. Like what stuff affects you personally, right? Like if you were to get pulled over, God forbid, and go to jail, you got to see a judge. Like you got to know who those people are voted in. Mm-hmm. Like
I feel that.
That stuff like that, like district attorneys, all of those people, the people that run all this stuff really run that stuff. That's really like whoever the president is, bro. Like honestly,
don't fucking.
You ain't gonna feel that,
right?
You ain't gonna feel that. Like right now, we feel.
No. I think I said that up until 3 months ago, because even on you don't feel the president. We feeling the effects of the lack of leadership right now from the coronavirus shit.
Yeah, that's true.
This is the first time I ever felt like Trump has affected me in my life.
Gotcha.
Because you're not prepared. You feel me?
Yeah. No, that's real.
you been saying
Yeah,
how is
like-
Trump affecting you, so I feel that. I
Yeah,
feel that.
like this is the first time I feel like he's personally affecting me in this whole
Yeah.
what's
Shit, yeah.
and then to this situation that's going on now with the police brutality, you on Twitter instigating shit. You feel me? You
Yeah.
hide in a fucking hole and you on Twitter instigating, telling
If they
motherfuckers
looting, we shooting.
the National Guard. We gonna call the National Guard. I get what? And then I just seen some shit that you didn't call the military to walk you to some church to take a fucking picture. Like what? Like now you got the military, the American military against the American citizens.
Right.
What type shit is that?
From a president on Twitter. Like that shit sounds insane
Twitter,
as
bro.
fuck, man.
By him saying that, 'cause I was gonna tell
That's
you.
real though. That's real, Black.
I was gonna tell you this shit after I read that. First read, I'm speaking on what the NFL said.
Oh, okay.
First read, now that's some bullshit. But I'm not against people changing. I could be like, I don't like white people right now, and 2 weeks later.
Love
Yeah.
him.
That's an understatement.
ain't
That's
saying
I
that.
know, I'm being
Hold on,
funny.
hold on.
But my thing is like,
Because I really was like that with the election. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was, I don't know, it was just flooding my time. Like, Killer Mike and some other folks was just talking about the election and shit like that. And I was feeling that shit. I was like, okay, next one I'm going to vote. You know what I'm saying? But now I don't know no more.
And the thing
You
is,
get what I'm
okay,
saying?
I think what we have to do as people, as black people, is we got to stop trying to point the finger and like that. What you said was a very honest statement. So instead of trying to beat you down and say, no, you got to vote, no, like let's have a conversation why you feel like
Right.
you don't want to vote.
right.
That's what we got to get to a place where we're doing that. Because if we could do that, then we can actually start to move the needle a little bit more, as opposed to just no, you need to vote. Your grandma vote. Your grandma died. And
Yeah,
all this
I
stuff.
hate that
Like,
sentiment.
No,
like,
man, like,
stop telling me about who the fuck and why I should vote. Like, you're
Yeah.
not helping me on the. You're not convincing me, and I don't need you really to convince me. But you're not giving me the information that's telling me,
Right.
like, damn, you should, like, I should probably do this shit.
Because they slave
and
a
the
slave
simple,
to the process.
but
Yeah.
and the simple fact, this would throw niggas off even more. Niggas did go out and vote. Shorty won a popular vote.
Right.
So if she had more votes and this nigga still won, now I don't even know what the fuck going
Right.
on.
and
Like,
you
Right.
know what? And the part that sucks about that, because that's when you learn, like, oh, it's a different process.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
a whole different ball
Electoral
game.
college
Like,
Yeah.
is a
so it's
little-
like, damn, do my vote really count
Right.
if I live in this city?
And this
Right.
the second
Or
time in
this
my
state?
lifetime I seen that.
Me too.
And then okay, with that, that's why I go back and say why it's important to vote the other stuff, because the electoral college, even though like it's made up of political people and people with money, it's made up of a bunch of
Money.
all different things, but those people are swayed by people that we put in
Lobbyists.
office. You know what I'm saying? So it's, I mean, bro, at the end of the day, it's all a game. Like, if we really want to put it there, you know.
Yeah.
But
It's definitely a fucking game,
It's
bro.
definitely a
It's
game.
definitely a fucking
Definitely a
game,
game.
bro.
It's a game that niggas don't know the rules to, or that fully know the rules to.
Yeah.
Like,
hey, on
Listen,
that,
I'm gonna tell you how fucked up that shit is. When Gore lost, that nigga went to Fisk University after the fact, bro. That man said, I gotta get the fuck from right. Went to a black college, bro. That shit wild.
I forgot Gordon. He won the popular vote.
He won the popular
my
vote, but they look. Something happened in Florida. They did a little recount.
Yeah, did the recount.
Still lost the popular vote, and Bush still won the election. Explain.
Electoral college, bro. It's something else.
Yeah, when,
Bruh.
I don't know what grade I was in when they was breaking that shit down to me, but I was like, this don't make sense.
Is he popular or not?
Yeah, like what the fuck are we doing? Like
It
it
is.
don't
It's
make
wild.
sense.
Do the people want him or not?
How do you tell me someone that wins a popular vote
'Cause-
loses?
Uh,
like
I know after he lost, he started growing the hair out and the beard looking like Jesus, boy. or
Next time.
what they say Jesus look like.
Jesus was black. I don't
Nah, no, you know,
I don't play with that white Jesus stuff.
you feel what I'm saying?
yeah, that's some bullshit.
But they see that's institutionalized. Cause the first thing, even though I feel that way, I reference like a white
Yeah.
picture, bro. Like, cause
And
that's
I
all
would-
we see.
I want to go on record as a Christian right now. Like, y'all stop trying to quote Bible scriptures, talk about all this stuff about like rioting and looting is not good. Like, bruh, Jesus Okay. Oh, it's getting real. We might have to wrap up for real and do a bro way and get up out of here.
No, bruh, stay in my ass here.
Oh, and to your point, people think niggas was sweet in the Bible. It went down in the Bible,
went
boy.
down,
I'm
bro.
talking about, bro. It goes
It
down.
went down, bro. If you go back and read for real, bro, like Jesus will flip tables. He don't spoke power when people told him to get up out of here and do all like. So this is my thing, and this is my quote, and then I get into the bro way for real. Looting, rioting, and protest past peacefulness. That's black Jesus. Y'all want us to just peacefully protest and just like go by the system? That's white Jesus. That's white Christianity versus Christianity. When you want us to just be simpleton and just accept everything everybody's saying, that's white. That's when people talk about like, oh, and this is on the soapbox, but like when people talk about, man, you shouldn't even want to be a Christian. Like that's what the Europeans brought up. Yeah, you're right. But then there's also like the other side too. Like Christianity was long before all of like the Europeans brought it over here. It was long before that. If you read Origins, it is white Christianity that tried to mess with the minds of black people and try to keep you enslaved. That does exist, but there's some other parts too. You can't leave out them other parts. Jesus was flipping over them tables in the tabernacle, brother.
And
Jesus
last
said,
thing,
fuck
they
this.
keep trying to bring up Martin Luther King, like.
I hate that. I wish people would stop saying that shit. We
Read all
tired
the
of
quotes.
we tired of Martin. We now we gotta be Malcolm and all. It's like
No. I'm saying
I hate
how
that
I
shit.
think the white people are trying to say Martin Luther King wouldn't want this.
I don't
They
give
was
a
like,
fuck.
nigga, you don't know what he wants.
Exactly.
Y'all
They
killed him too.
Yeah.
I was just about to say.
Yeah.
I saw that. Y'all
Listen,
killed him.
Yeah.
that hit
That too.
differently.
Yeah.
But
it
now,
definitely hit different.
and I'm with you though, Chiane, because like, whether you believe with his whole philosophy or not,
That nigga had
don't
a
discredit what the
right.
fuck
That's what
I
I be saying. Like no, but people make it seem like because of his quote unquote nonviolent approach is like to be honest, like that's for a person saying he did it on his own, but that was a movement.
Yeah.
Like the nigga went
Fact.
to jail. He like you can't if you don't think that was a threat enough and they killed him, you gotta know like that was some heavy shit. So you can't just discredit it because you quote unquote want to be nonviolent. Like
And he was number one on the list for
that's
a reason,
insane.
on the FBI list.
I
for a
hate when
reason.
people say that. Like that is the most. It's very ignorant.
Yeah, it's
it's
disrespectful.
almost damn near discrediting. And then it's just like you ain't really about that life.
Yeah.
Like I know I'm not a fucking vigilante. I'm not going outside. No, I will support you in 50 other ways other than that because I'm just not about that life. That's not me. But don't be out here quoting shit you don't even know what you're talking about, and then you really not about that life for real.
Right.
Like because even the hoteps ain't quoting no shit like that. And if they ain't quoting no bullshit like that, you damn sure should not be quoting no shit like that.
Facts. Hey, that's a good one, Shay.
Thank you.
Hey, so I've been watching all these verses and everything. That got me to thinking, bro, what's Shawnna at?
Somebody just interviewed somebody from Lala just interviewed her from the progress report.
Big facts. I seen this shit too.
Lala.
She just had a baby though, I think.
Word.
Yeah, I think she just came from.
Cause I was like, bro, I was listening to some stuff. I was like, she can rap, like for real. But I
You
ain't
talking
heard
about DTP, Shawnna, right?
DTP, yeah. I ain't heard from him since like 04, 05 though. Or whatever. What was the last? Whatever Ludacris album that was Battle of the Section. That was the last time I think I heard of him. He's like, I don't know. It's been a minute. It's been about a decade at least.
Yeah.
You got a word for it. I can see
Nah,
it.
that ain't it. You ain't really get no after talk. That was like the first time that just took me, but we can move on. My word of the week is Stiction. Stiction. And it means the force required to cause one body in contact with another to begin to move.
That's what the fuck we doing out here in these streets. Right? We as in Atlanta, not me included. Shout out to Black for being on the front lines. And for my look at this. Nobody said nothing. For my word of the week, Not word of the week. My shout out of the week got me thinking about what the fuck you be doing. My shout out of the week. I do want to give like a really cool special shout out to El Dorado because I kind of been like real heavy into like following him and he's been posting a lot of shit. More importantly, like I just like the way he reports shit. Like it makes the world a difference. You know, seeing him go out there and do his thing outside of, you know, being in these crazy ass times. It's really dope to just see somebody report on shit that's real and not try to change the narrative of it. So shout out to El Dorado in these urban times. Make sure y'all follow him, check him out. From the whole team. Thank y'all for tuning into another episode of the No Buffer Podcast, the Culture Ratchet Podcast. We say what we want when we want, no buffer, just facts. Last name good, Lingo Steve, Black, and myself. Like to thank y'all for tuning in. We are trying to get back to some kind of normal circumstances whenever the helicopter stopped going, they stopped blowing shit up outside. But nevertheless, we are no longer in quarantine, but we're live from curfew. So check that out. We love y'all, and we hope to see y'all or hear y'all black asses next week. We out.
Yo.